Diddy and Lori Harvey, they're heating things up in Italy.
Notice her arm is on the back of his chair.
Shocking! For some reason. But yes, Diddy's now getting super cozy with Steve Harvey's daughter, who Diddy's son, Justin Combs, used to hang out with.
About P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Because he was running with Oprah and them. He was running with that whole crew. Weinstein, Oprah, Epstein.
The entertainment industry has endured its share of controversy, but few moments have shaken celebrity culture as deeply as October 2025, when Sean Diddy Combs was found guilty on multiple charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. After years of quiet speculation, sealed records, and persistent rumors whispered behind closed doors, the verdict felt, to many, like the confirmation of suspicions long denied. For others, it marked the stunning downfall of a man once synonymous with power, luxury, and creative dominance. Yet one figure who appeared far from surprised was 50 Cent, who for years had hinted, sometimes through humor, sometimes with unmistakable seriousness, that there was more lurking beneath the surface of Diddy's extravagant parties, celebrity-filled photo ops, and philanthropic image. Now, in the wake of the conviction, 50 Cent has emerged as one of the loudest voices claiming vindication, using his new documentary and alleged recordings to reignite debate over who truly understood what was happening inside Diddy's inner circle, and which high-profile names could ultimately be connected to the mysterious tapes at the center of the controversy.
So that's that. Now, 50 Cent.
What's he doing there, Patrick? Did you see that photo?
Yeah, I mean, some of these pictures.
Go the other way.
Great
around.
artist.
What's he doing down there? One more. What's he doing right there?
That's when that is when he received the sentence. He fell to the floor and started banging on his chair crying.
Oh.
Or it could have been a freak off under the table. You don't know what's going on.
By the way, when he goes to prison, let's remember that pose.
Tom.
Oh, jeez. There's Tom again. Can we make a note for when Tom makes inappropriate comments?
Oh, no.
Let's just keep score. He's the GOAT.
Well, listen, at least one of the things is it was the first time Tom used the bathroom in 7 years.
It's true.
7 years he had to go.
All right, let's go through
Tom is the Diddy of inappropriate comments.
While this is going on, Diddy had a speaking gig this week.
Really?
I don't know if you guys were going to go watch him speak, but he had a speaking gig this week. And 50 Cent wastes no time trolling the 50-month sentence. And he goes out there and says, Sean Diddy Combs was sentenced 50 months in prison on federal charges. The rapper, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, posted on X not long after Diddy's sentence was revealed, offering to take his spot on a upcoming speaking engagement. Hey, to whoever was booking Diddy for speaking engagement, I heard he won't be able to make it. I'm available, 50 Cent wrote, including a link to his website, G-Unit Brands. He was likely referencing speaking engagements that Diddy has booked for next week in Miami, which the prosecution revealed during the sentencing hearing. The two artists are longtime rivals, obviously going back and forth. Is this it, Rob?
Yes.
Because whoever has booking him, I'll be able to. So, Vinny, what are you thinking with this whole Diddy lawsuit, everything that's going on here?
I mean, I'm just for all the people, all the Cassies that were, on camera, beaten, all the people that were drugged, that didn't want to be drugged and all that stuff. I think that this is some type of, 4 years is at least something. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I thought for a minute, because Adam, we were talking about this, like he was going to walk. With all Tom, were you honestly thinking that he was going to do time? Like, did you actually feel like, I honestly, from everything I was following, I was like, oh, he's going to walk. So at least a 4-year sentence, they're going to appeal whatever. I don't know. He'll probably do what, 2 years? 2 years. It's not fair, but I want something. There's some accountability where he's going to be, because he's already been in jail for how long now? Has it been a year? So he'll be, I think altogether it'll be 3 years.
The rivalry between 50 Cent and Sean Diddy Combs traces back more than 2 decades to the early 2000s, when both artists were shaping their legacies in hip-hop from very different positions of power. Diddy was already firmly established as a dominant executive behind Bad Boy Records, producing chart-topping hits and expanding a growing business empire, while 50 Cent was still fighting his way through the industry's toughest ranks. In later interviews, 50 Cent claimed that during those early years he contributed creative ideas and writing that he felt were never properly credited or compensated, an experience he says planted the seeds of lasting resentment. Soon after, subtle but unmistakable references to Diddy began appearing in his music, evolving into sharper lyrical jabs. By the time 50 Cent released Get Rich or Die Tryin', any realistic chance of reconciliation had largely disappeared. Diddy came to symbolize the entrenched industry elite, while 50 Cent represented a raw, defiant movement that rejected traditional industry politics altogether, transforming their feud into one of hip-hop's most enduring storylines, driven not only by rivalry and competition but also by 50 Cent's long-stated belief that something far more complex existed behind his rival's polished public image.
I have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to it.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s and Keefe D said he paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So look, like with the craziest accusations, you had TMZ created a docuseries that went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way, according to them. And look, if I didn't have an award-winning director doing it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I would understand why they.
By 2024, as legal scrutiny surrounding Sean Diddy Combs began to intensify, 50 Cent announced plans for a docuseries designed to examine the growing list of allegations connected to his longtime rival. According to 50 Cent, the project was never intended as mere entertainment. Instead, it aimed to explore what he described as a prolonged pattern of power allegedly operating behind the scenes. First, many critics dismissed the announcement as another example of his trademark provocation and marketing savvy. However, perceptions shifted dramatically in 2025 when Netflix acquired the rights to the series. The involvement of a global streaming giant instantly elevated the project's credibility, signaling that the documentary carried far greater depth and investigative ambition than skeptics had initially assumed.
The mounting lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs, Houston rapper 50 Cent announced yesterday that he's the executive producer of a docu-series about the allegations against Combs. The series will also discuss trafficking and racketeering charges Combs is facing. The series is expected to make a premiere on Netflix.
He's a rapper, actor, producer, businessman, and the list goes on. 50 Cent has his hands in just about everything and showing no signs of slowing down. We sat down with the multi-hyphenate to discuss his upcoming return to the stage, his current projects, and what's coming in the future, including his docuseries about Diddy.
Curtis James Jackson III, also known as 50 Cent. Thank you so much for talking with us
Thanks
today.
for having me.
So let's start with 50 Cent, because I read that the name originally was a metaphor for change,
right,
and also from a Brooklyn bank robber in the 1980s.
Yeah, well, street guy. Yeah.
Okay, and so what was that change metaphor that you were thinking about so early on?
I came with the concept of I just do things my way, and I knew that the other artists over there, there was so many talented artists a part of hip hop culture that I knew they could beat me at different things, but they couldn't beat me at being me.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea was to let my presentation be as much like my experience as possible.
Between the music, the movies, I mean, you're the ultimate multi-hyphenate liquor, whatever you want to talk about with regard to you being a mogul and sitting really on an empire. 50 Cent, not even 50 years old yet, in a few months though. Did you expect this much so soon?
Well, no, I just wanted the music to be a success initially. It's always, my goals change. I think when people are ambitious, they go into an endless tunnel. And you just got to prepare to go with them on that journey if you make a connection with them. But it's always a new goal, always something new that pops up that it kind of consumes my interest.
The Humor and Harmony Festival is quickly approaching. G-Unit Productions just announced in Shreveport, Louisiana. Here's a guy from South Jamaica, Queens. Why do it in Shreveport?
Well, tax incentive.
Oh, okay. But you have said that this is not just business.
Yeah.
What do you mean beyond that?
Well, for me, it's exciting. It creates the legacy. You know, I mean, like, these things will be here longer than I will. You know, like I'm particularly in the premium space. I like to see my people in the premium light. You know, so I want to create stories and tell them on the highest level.
When did you realize, Power started in 2014 just as a series? Was there a moment where you thought, this is taking off, it's become an entire universe?
Season 3.
What happened in season 3?
They would accept the cast without me. See, ahead of that, the major platforms that we would market and promote the show on wouldn't take the cast if I wouldn't be available to be on the show with them. So as it started, season 3, it started to feel like we were taking off because they was hot enough. They were excited enough about the cast without me. And then, look, in television, you don't need a star. Television makes stars. You need talent on television programs.
Are you going to keep expanding that series?
Yeah, well, this was a few more. The origin story will be coming shortly. And then I have so many new projects in the works. I got like 41 shows across 10 different networks. So they'll be seeing me.
We're throughout the world, Diamond Center.
I mean, there's so many movies, documentaries, docuseries you're working on. Den of Thieves 2 coming out January 10th. How do you decide which projects you want to work on?
Oh, just the ones that I feel like have a high probability of success. I'm just looking at it and saying, what is it? And is it something that excites me?
During the trial, prosecutors disclosed that investigators had obtained video recordings from private gatherings spanning several years, footage that quickly became central to the case. Often referred to in court as freak-off tapes, the material was described as graphic and deeply disturbing, with prosecutors alleging it documented coordinated exploitation taking place behind closed doors. Reports suggested that even jurors appeared visibly shaken while reviewing portions of the evidence in private. As details of these recordings emerged, the title of 50 Cent's documentary, He's Got the Tapes, took on an entirely different meaning. What once sounded like a provocative jab at Sean Diddy Combs began to feel less like rivalry and more like a chilling warning.
Docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It. You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character. Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally, those accusations are crazy.
Let's go back to the music. Residency in Vegas the week of New Year's, in the club. What can people expect?
Excitement for me, from my perspective, because I get a chance to do things production-wise that I wouldn't be able to do on a traditional tour. Like, I can build things that I can't tear down and build again and tear down and build again to make excitement in the room.
You have so many songs to choose from. How do you select which ones are going to go into the residency?
That's difficult. That part, I got to go through, because some things I get comfortable performing them, but people are listening to the other records because in the sequence on the album, it's not that way. And I have to adjust that myself. Like, even the new record that just came out, I'm going to put that into the residency. So.
Do you have a favorite song?
No, no, it's not a favorite. Sometimes the things that are oddly successful.
Your last tour that you did was called The Final Lap, but it really wasn't The Final Lap, was it?
I may do a stadium tour.
Okay. May?
Yeah.
Or is it already in the works?
Well, it's in the works. They start putting together territories. They want it to come back. But I won't do the same type of arenas I did last time. If it's not the stadium, then I'll just go home.
Do you enjoy the live crowd or the music aspect of it, or do you prefer, being in the studio acting?
I really enjoyed the tour this time. This last tour was cool, and it's because I didn't have the pressure of releasing the album before it, so I wasn't doing so much new material that I had to concentrate on that while doing the show. Like, it was like, I know everything, all of the words are ready, let's go. Let me just figure out like what's physically happening during the show, and let's go. So television, they said they're on strike, and I said I'm on tour.
Smart.
When the guilty verdict was delivered in October 2025, it did more than dismantle the career of Sean Diddy Combs. It sent shockwaves across Hollywood. Celebrities who had once attended his events or publicly praised him began quietly distancing themselves, with past photos, endorsements, and social media tributes disappearing almost overnight. Among the most closely watched reactions was that of Steve Harvey, who in 2017 had publicly celebrated Diddy as a brother and commended his philanthropy, only for that praise to vanish from public view following Diddy's 2024 arrest. Institutions soon followed, including Howard University, which returned a $1 million donation, revoked his honorary degree, and formally severed ties, an unmistakable signal that reputational distance had become essential. Harvey's response drew particular scrutiny due to past rumors involving his stepdaughter Lori Harvey, who had previously been linked to Diddy years earlier. Photos from a 2019 trip to Italy resurfaced online as details from the trial emerged, reigniting public discussion. Although neither Steve Harvey nor Lori Harvey ever confirmed a romantic relationship, the renewed attention, combined with Harvey's public silence, led many observers to question the timing and motivation behind the sudden erasure of earlier support.
Diddy gonna end up doing 24 months in prison. The judge gave him 50 months, but you gotta realize he already had 14 months in it, practically, and he's going to get credit for 2 months of that 14 months. That give him 16 months. He's gonna do 24 months, which is gonna give him about 30 months because he only had to do 85% in the feds, and he goes to probably a halfway house. So he got off like a fat rat in a cheese factory. But for a dude like Diddy going to jail and spending all that time, I'm not saying it's going to be rough or nothing like that, because his former president of Bad Boy, Kirk Burrows, with the federal jail. You understand? Lil' Kim with the federal jail. So, because the type of dude he is, he'll make it, he'll be all right. And plus they're going to send him to a camp, bruh. He'll be in somebody camp or somebody dormitory, whereas that it'll be real light for him. So, he'll see the streets back again in 24 months. He'll be out within 2 years. It seems like a lot saying 50 months and everything like that, but it's not really a lot. Not at all, bro. It's not a lot at all. You know what I'm saying? I know for executive, somebody who's been a jet setter, somebody who's been going all around the world, been in all kind of, stadiums, galas, and living in mansions. It's a lot of people who lived in mansions that's in federal jail. You got Senator Melendez from Jersey in jail. You got a lot of them in jail doing way more time than him. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be all right, man. I think that, he got off like a fat rat in a cheese factory, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got off based on how the judge started the whole sentence. He was talking about coercion. He was talking about relevant conduct. He even said that with Diddy conduct and what he was doing, he should get a sizable sentence or something like that. Like his sentences should be a large sentence. And I think that, 50 months, I don't see that as being large. You know what I'm saying? It's not even it's not even a third. I think the third of the guidelines were the probation report said. I think the probation report started at 72 months. So it's almost, what was it? That's like 72 months, 50 months. Close to not even a third. It's a little over a third of what the probation report said he should get.
When 50 Cent posted on social media that a lot of people are nervous, fans immediately grasped the deeper implication. Tension, many believed, extended far beyond public embarrassment and hinted at genuine fear within the industry. During the case against Sean Diddy Combs, prosecutors stated that numerous private gatherings had allegedly been recorded, with witness testimony claiming some footage was used as leverage, creating an atmosphere where the threat of exposure discouraged people from speaking out. The revelation sent a chill through the entertainment world, prompting unsettling questions about how many high-profile figures might have appeared in recordings they never expected to surface as evidence. Within that context, the online cleanup carried out by Steve Harvey drew heightened attention. To some observers, the move appeared strategic, fueling speculation that publicly distancing himself may have been an attempt to remove visible associations before any potential disclosures emerged that would be far more difficult to explain.
Little Roy, he also claiming that, when he would go to parties with Diddy, he was lacing up the woman drinks with drugs. How you feel about him saying that? You believe that?
I read that, and if that's what he saw, if he could prove that, and he has a lot of video. He said he had hours and hours of video. So people know how certain people act after one drink, 2 drinks. And if those girls was drinking out those bottles that he said Diddy laced, and he could show on camera, and he could show that some people had passed out, or some people were acting a certain way after they had those drinks, he won his case on that one.
When you was around Diddy, was he doing drugs, like party drugs, like ecstasy and stuff like that?
Diddy wasn't the dude he is today when I was around him. You understand? He had just started, when I was about to leave, he had just started with because he never smoked weed, he never smoked cigarettes, I never seen him do cocaine or none of that shit. You understand? He would have it for people to do it. You understand? It's certain of his girls like to do it, and he would make sure it would be there. But he wasn't the one that did it. Diddy didn't start getting hooked on drugs until he got hooked on those painkillers. After he got hooked on those painkillers, he started drinking more, because he wouldn't even drink hard liquor. He was only drinking champagne, Don P or Cristal. He was not drinking hard liquor then.
Yeah, that's real talk, man. And he also claims that, Diddy, he was using TD Jakes to fix his image. You believe that?
Well, we saw that to be true anyway. That's what he was trying to do all that time. That's why TD Jakes was there, to try to fix his image. Ain't no money like church money. He was doing all the things to try to get his image straightened up.
I mean, it makes sense. And he also saying in this lawsuit that when he was around Diddy, he seen Diddy give out guns, a lot of guns. And he said that the environment around Diddy was violent.
Well, I don't know. He also said Diddy distributed firearms and was selling drugs. And I don't know how far-fetched that is. I don't know if that's true or not and stuff like that. Maybe, Diddy may have had guns around and was fronting. Because they do have guys who, if you need guns and stuff like that, call your man them over. He'll bring over 5 or 6, 7, 8 guns, and you'll probably buy them from him. They had that type of...
By mid-2025, online speculation intensified as rumors spread across social media claiming that Oprah Winfrey and TD Jakes had been connected to the widely discussed private gatherings linked to Sean Diddy Combs. Clips, reposted images, and viral forum threads fueled the narrative, rapidly amplifying unverified claims. As the chatter escalated, both figures addressed the allegations directly during a live appearance at the Good Soil Forum in Dallas. Oprah Winfrey firmly stated that she had never attended Diddy's parties, noting that those familiar with her know she typically leaves events early. Bishop T.D. Jakes acknowledged briefly stopping by one of Diddy's birthday celebrations years earlier for less than 30 minutes, while strongly rejecting a separate rumor suggesting any romantic connection, calling the allegation baseless, foolish, and deeply disrespectful.
Line when they start explaining something and nobody asked them to explain. Oprah Winfrey, color purple, decided to take it upon herself to get on stage and tell her audience that she ain't never been to a P. Diddy party. Now, Oprah, we all know your into a Puff Daddy party. If you don't, your best friend is Harvey Weinstein. Who you think you trying to fool? We didn't even ask you to explain, girl. We already know. Dancing all in the video. Girl, if you don't shut the fuck up and explain to us what happened to Hahahi. What'd you do to Hahahi? We know you did something to Hahahi. Laser beam. Why come these celebrities always be acting like we be thinking about them on a day-to-day basis? We ain't thinking about y'all. We got to do. We got bills to pay. Stop trying to be on our good side. All you on our bad side, especially after you all try to convince us to vote for.
Although the audience initially responded with laughter, many observers questioned the timing and urgency of the denials, wondering why the response felt so swift and defensive at that particular moment. By June 2025, the trial of Sean Diddy Combs had already introduced testimony suggesting that many of his so-called gatherings extended far beyond ordinary parties, with witnesses describing private, closed-door performances allegedly involving drugs and coercion. As Oprah Winfrey and T.D. Jakes publicly distanced themselves, courtroom accounts included claims from women who said they were filmed without consent, with one alleging she received messages threatening the release of recordings if she failed to comply. Prosecutors stated that hundreds of hours of footage had been recovered from hotels, penthouses, and private islands, arguing that the material functioned not as personal mementos but as tools of leverage and control within Diddy's circle. Against this backdrop, when 50 Cent repeated the phrase, "He's got the tapes," the words carried far heavier implications. What once sounded like provocation began to suggest the unsettling possibility that copies or backups could exist beyond official custody, potentially held by insiders who had chosen to step forward. If even a fraction of that speculation proved true, the consequences would extend far beyond a single individual, raising the prospect of a wider network drawn into scrutiny within the same sphere of influence.
What's up with the hugging pictures at the white party, though? What is that?
I don't know, bro.
Every picture is a little
Why is
bit...
everyone so happy to be there? I'm like, this regular parties, people don't just hug each other.
You had to sit in 4 hours of traffic
like
to
five,
drive
like, come on, let's have a group hug. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, look, I'm going to shake your hand. Hey, what's up, man? Everything good? Yeah.
It does feel controlled. Yo, hold on.
Baby.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, it was too much fun.
That's crazy.
It was a little too much fun.
That's just white boy. That's why it's the white party.
Yeah.
It's the whitest party.
I was too happy to have it. And baby,
what is going on in the one on the right? That is insanity.
Dude, that's just
both of them. He looks like he's unzipping his pants. Look at the one on the left.
Come on. This is bad.
Yeah,
this is bad.
Do you call him? Will you call him and be like, "Yo, listen, you're brilliantly talented."
No, I'll wait till I see them, but I go to them.
And you go chill with them.
I go to them and I go, "Yo, come here." I'm like, "What happened?" Like, I ask them because I like, you know, I'm a fan of the new artists, so I watch them and I'm like.
Unlike many figures in the entertainment world, 50 Cent has never softened his criticism or retreated behind diplomatic silence. While he often delivers his commentary through humor, the underlying message carries unmistakable seriousness, especially when addressing allegations of corruption, manipulation, and exploitation within the industry, issues he claims to have raised long before they entered mainstream conversation. His documentary is framed not merely as entertainment, but as a direct challenge to Hollywood's culture of protection and selective accountability, arguing that wealth and influence should never place anyone beyond scrutiny. Having built much of his career outside traditional studio power structures, 50 Cent operates with a level of independence that frees him from the loyalties that have historically shielded powerful figures from public examination. That independence has made his voice particularly unsettling to those who would rather see controversies fade unresolved. Each post, teaser, and pointed remark he shares about Sean Diddy Combs continues to command massive public attention, fueling speculation that more information could soon emerge, and signaling to many observers that the long-standing wall of silence surrounding the controversy may finally be beginning to crack.
Harvey, who, have been spending a lot of time together. They've been on some trips. I believe they were in Europe. You should say Lori Harvey, the daughter of Steve Harvey's, Steve Harvey's daughter. The most recent trip they've taken is to Cabo. And we got some photos of them. This is actually as they're leaving Cabo, coming back to the States. And they've started a bit of a rumor. And this is how the rumor, when people go like, how do these rumors get started? This is how it starts. Look at that.
The tummy rub right there.
He did the tummy rub, and then Lori did the tummy rub as well. She herself was rubbing the tummy. So
I sit there, I think that maybe it's more so like, okay, I ate too much of my bloated babe type deal.
I don't think she said my bloated babe. You're right, it could be.
But I mean, honestly, I've been going crazy.
Do I look bloated, babe? What do you think? Yeah.
No, I've been going crazy at trying to figure this out, right? I'm like, there's just no way that she's pregnant, because I'm like, if she was pregnant, they're not going to even sit there and do the whole deal just yet.
I feel like it would be too wide open for him to be rubbing on the belly.
He knows. Diddy knows what time it is. He knows when cameras are watching. So he's very calculated.
So you think he's clowning? Because
I think it's definitely a clown. And on top of that, she ate sushi last night.
No. She was at a sushi restaurant. We didn't know what she ate.
No, she showed her plate.
And what was on the plate?
Sushi, raw
fish. Did you see her eat it? Did she eat it?
I didn't get that part 2 of that video.
All right. Well, teriyaki chicken's a big thing at sushi restaurants.
But she didn't know that wasn't the plate, though.
You can order whatever and put it on a plate until you eat it.
Okay, guess what? Larry Harvey probably is not pregnant. I don't think so.
I just think it's odd that is. It's odd. By the way, because Jamie on our staff said any woman who rubs her belly like that. That's the only reason that a woman will rub her belly. I mean,
But Jamie is pregnant right now, but she's further along. But also, I had 2 kids, and I'm not into doing the rubbing the belly.
Okay.
Wait. We gotta dive deeper.
Okay, time out.
Wait, I want to know more. Like, you're not into it? Like, if someone was trying to rub the belly, you'd swat their hand away?
I mean, but she's like 1 month or 2 months.
You didn't answer his question.
But I don't want to talk about me.
Okay.
Anyway, by the way, we did call Diddy's rep and haven't heard back. So.
Oh, I called all the reps.
Yeah. Nobody's saying anything yet.
Kim Marcus here. If Diddy's shooting like 06 Kobe and got Lori pregnant, I think his creep level will reach new stratosphere, and I think Thanksgiving would never be the same.
Oh, I don't think. So wait a minute. Why is it creep level? It's not creepy.
No.
He's being with Steve.
I know why he's being tricky right there. Because allegedly she may have dated one of his sons before.
Yeah, I know, but
that's the whole messy that he's trying to do.
Yeah, but whatever.
It ain't creepy.
Steve's been with them. He's cool. Everybody's
think about this. So the kid would be Diddy's son and Steve Harvey's grandson.
Yeah, that wasn't complicated. You just made it like that.
Steve's older than
Harvey 11. Let's talk about how families work.
When you say it, that was like Da Vinci's Code.
That was amazing. Harvey,
you know
if you have a son, it's you.
For years, Steve Harvey has been viewed as a symbol of family values and professional success, yet life in the public eye often carries pressures hidden far beyond the spotlight. When past rumors linking his stepdaughter to Sean Diddy Combs resurfaced online, observers noted a visible shift in Harvey's media appearances. Rather than address the topic directly, he appeared to sidestep questions, steering conversations toward humor, career milestones, and family-focused discussions. Following the 2025 verdict involving Diddy, many also perceived a change in Harvey's public posture. He became noticeably more reserved when discussing Hollywood culture or high-profile social events, while reports suggested he grew increasingly selective about professional and social associations. Although no verified evidence has ever linked him to wrongdoing, public perception in the entertainment industry can be powerful, where even indirect connections can shape reputations and carry lasting consequences. Within this context, remarks made by 50 Cent about celebrities quietly deleting old posts and behaving as though they had never known Puff resonated widely, reflecting how communities sometimes react when uncertainty and fear of future revelations begin to reshape collective memory.